The Leeds Electron Microscopy and Spectroscopy Centre houses a lot of instrumentation here, but importantly it also houses a lot of dedicated expertise. So 4 dedicated experimental officers backed by academics, and they help users apply electron microscopy to their materials, which are principally solids and are related to engineering or physical science applications. The scanning electron microscopes that are principally used for imaging and analysing chemically the surface of bulk solids. And the reason we want to do that is that the surface is the component that interacts with the outside world in a particular application, such as an engineering application. And we can achieve resolutions of the order of micrometers and perhaps below on this analysis. Unlike the SEM, the transmission electron microscope analyses at a much greater detail, right even down to atomic resolution. Again, it can image the structure and also the chemistry, but it does this in projection, and that allows you to look at the internal structure and chemistry of the material. The scanning electron microscope is usually where we start when we're analysing a sample, and there we'd identify what the overall structure or microstructure of the component was. So for instance, if it was a layer of corrosion on a metal, we'd look at that layer of corrosion and decide how it covered the surface. We'd decide perhaps where to take a particular thin sample for TEM, and perhaps look in much more detail at the actual integrity of the interface between the corrosion layer and the alloy underneath. And that would give us much more detailed information on how adherent or how structurally sound that corrosion layer was. In terms of collaborative use, we work with many researchers across the engineering and physical sciences here at Leeds, and also externally we're funded as a centre of excellence by the research councils to act as an open access facility. In terms of training and teaching, we incorporate a lot of use of the facility within both undergraduate and postgraduate modules, and also every year we run an electron microscopy school organised by the professional body, which is the Royal Microscopical Society. Finally, in terms of industrial work, we do a lot of consultancy work with companies ranging from small SMEs right through to multinationals. And this can involve things like product development, quality control, right through to failure analysis. The potential for future use of the facility in electronic devices, some of the layers in a transistor, for example, might be reaching a few atoms in thickness, so we have to be able to determine the structure and properties very accurately. Or in a medical application, people are interested in delivering drugs to specific cells or specific sites within the body. We have to understand how these drug delivery mechanisms work. So the ultimate goal of the facility is really to be able to apply these atomic resolution structural and chemical analyses of materials to that whole wide range of different material classes, ranging from very hard engineering materials right through to softer biological materials.